Belgian horse, bitch. Run that fucking play. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Byron Ovenstone. If you've been here before, thank you for joining me. Guys, let me tell you a little secret real quick. None of this is rocket science. Everything you want from this game called life, you have access to all of that information. There is literally no more secrets. Google, ChatGPT, Instagram, YouTube's, fucking, I don't know, whatever other wizardry people use these days to acquire information. There's a bunch of fucking books behind me, podcasts, etc. Nothing is a fucking secret anymore. So if that is the case and everything you want from this game called life, the information that you require is already there, what the fuck is stopping you from making that a reality for yourself? Why are you not where you want to be? That's kind of what I want to touch on today, because I think it's a very important conversation and a very important piece to get diving into. And it's probably a lot simpler than you think, but also overly complicated at the same time, because it's one of those situations where it is earned. You don't just walk into somewhere and like acquire a CEO position, right? You have to fucking earn your stripes. You have to pay your dues. Well, the same thing applies with this, in that, yes, you have all of the access to all of the information you could ever require around making money, building a healthy body, getting a fucking phenomenal girlfriend, wife, having a good kid, whatever the case might be, right? There's many people out there talking about a lot of stuff and providing a lot of information. So all you have to really do is find a trustable source of information and then put that information to work. And it's the execution of the information that actually matters. It's not so much about the acquiring of the information, it's the execution. So one of the benefits that I had when I was a youngster and I was trying to find my way into the financial consulting space, right? I was already working at a courier company, the place where you drive around and you deliver packages. Initially I drove, and then I started working in the office, and I went from customer service to account manager, and I kind of climbed the corporate ladder a little bit from that perspective, because I had access to a wealth of knowledge, right? I was studying business, and now I find myself in a business, and I'm like, well, cool. The best fucking place to learn business is in a business, and I'm learning information. Let's see how much of this information that if I put into this business actually makes sense and actually helps us scale this business, and how much of it is just fucking word vomit on a page. So I ran that play, and I learned very quickly the difference between acquiring information and executing on said information, and which information worked versus which information was just bullshit. So that was a very valuable life lesson that I got to acquire at a pretty young age, in terms of business young, right? Not young in terms of age, I think I was 24 at the time, but in terms of business age, I was like a year old, right? So I'm still a fucking toddler. But the entire point about this is that there is all of the information under the sun available to you at the fucking touch of a fingertip. On your phone, on ChatGPT, on Google, on Instagram, on YouTube's, etc. So if you have all of the wealth of knowledge at your fingertips, what's stopping you? There's not a fucking person alive today that doesn't know right from wrong. There's not a fucking person alive today that doesn't know how to build a good body, how to lose weight, how to build muscle. And the people that don't know, they have access to the information too. If you're watching this over your fucking phone or your laptop or whatever, you have all of the resources that you need to find that information. So if you have access to that information, why are you not executing on it? And the real telltale sign, yes, I've touched on like your self-worth, it's the man in the mirror, it's the relationship with yourself, etc., etc. But over and above that, you actually have to be in an ecosystem of people that believe the same shit that you believe in. Why? Because if you're in an ecosystem of people that don't, anytime you try and execute, they'll hold you back. It's just nature. It's just how it works. You're like, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And they're like, you're fucking stupid. We're going drinking. Like, we're not going to go out tomorrow night. We're going out tonight. We're not working out tomorrow morning. We're getting fucked up. We're only going to roll in tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. What makes you think you're going to be in any kind of condition to go to the gym? Right? You see the paradox that you now have? where you're trying to better yourself, but your ecosystem is holding you back and making you feel bad for trying to move forward. So what you inevitably have to get to is a point where you surround yourself with the people who have a similar vision, mission, core values as you. Because when you have that going for you and you're in a position to run that fucking play, and they don't just support you, they fucking expect you to turn up and do the work. They fucking expect you to get that W and show the fuck up at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning when you say you did. That's the differentiating factor. You can still go get fucked up if you want. It's going to make waking up tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. a lot harder. But hey, you agreed to wake up at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning and be in the fucking gym. So they're going to hold your feet to the fire. They're going to expect that from you as a minimum. And once you surround yourself with that kind of circle of people that will not let you fucking slip, that's when you get that hockey stick growth. Why? Because now you already fixed the relationship with yourself. You're already in a good headspace. You already understand the concepts around changing your state. You have the vision, you have the mission, you have your core values. You know where you're going. You know what that best version of you looks like, that life that you want to live looks like. And now you've got a bunch of savage motherfuckers holding your feet to the fire, and they refuse to let you slip. So when you say you're going to do it, they expect you to show the fuck up. It's called atmosphere. You're in the right atmosphere to fucking dominate. You're in the right network, the right ecosystem. It doesn't really matter what fucking catchphrase you want to use. The reality is you're surrounded by motherfuckers who will not let you slip, who will not let you fall, who expect nothing but the absolute best from you. And when you're surrounded by those kind of people and they hold you to that kind of standard, like I said, shit gets crazy. Because now all of a sudden, what happens? You go out tonight and you get fucked up. And you're expected at the gym tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. And you show up. And you just about get that workout done. You feel like shit. And you go, dude, maybe going out drinking is not the play. Because for me to be this guy, I need to show up my best version of me in this place here. So I can't afford to go there. That's holding me back. That's making me turn up less here, which is ultimately lengthening the timeline between where I am now and where I want to be. And when you start drawing those correlations and the people around you keep you in that fucking ecosystem of, hey man, you said you were going to show up at 4 a.m. You better fucking be here. And they come and kick down your goddamn door if you don't. Now all of a sudden you start distancing yourself from the vices, the distractions, the shit that doesn't serve you just by default. Because you don't want to let down that new ecosystem that's actually rooting for you to fucking win. Yes, it's a harder place to be. It's fucking rough. Join my coaching program. It's fucking rough. Our coaches are going to hold you to a standard you didn't even believe you could be held to. But off the back of that, you're going to come out a completely different animal that you didn't even think was possible for you. The level of discipline, consistency, the way that you're going to show up is going to be so fucking mind-boggling to you 6 months from today. You're going to wonder what the fuck happened. But that's the kind of people that you need to be around. That's the kind of people that are going to hold you to a level and say, hey man, the rest of us are firing here. Catch the fuck up. And then what's even better, you get to a point, I don't know if any of you heard about the Belgian horse theory, right? Well, it's not even a theory, it's a fucking fact. Belgian horses, most savage fucking horses on the planet. Absolute tanks. Like, I don't know what they measure horsepower in cars, but if it was Belgian horses, it would be like a 1 horsepower car, because that motherfucker is a strong sumbitch, right? So you have this motherfucker of a powerful being. But when you yoke 2 Belgian horses together, they don't just double output. That would be too simple. Belgian horses want to one-up each other. So the one pulls to the max of his capacity, or what he thinks is the max. The other one meets him and exceeds him, to the point where they're able to pull 1.5 times the normal pulling power of just one horse. So if one horse pulls, I think it's like 10,000 or 14,000 pounds on his own, when you have 2, naturally you think it would be 28,000 pounds. Nah, bro, you're missing the boat. 35,000 pounds is their pulling power. Now, don't quote me on these numbers. I don't know. I can't remember if these are actual 100% accurate. But the point is this. It's not a simple doubling of the metric. Because the one sets the bar and the other one fucking beats him. And then he chases him and he beats him and he chases him and he beats him. To the point of the two of them going at such fucking capacity that their hearts want to explode. When you're in an ecosystem like that, when the bar is fucking here, and then you rise to the occasion and you exceed that bar and now you hold everyone to a new standard, that's when shit gets fucking wild. That's when life's worth living. That's the fucking ecosystem that you need to be involved in. So those of you that are surrounded by average son of bitches that are just fucking mediocre and ticking boxes and pulling you down like a fucking crab in a bucket, maybe you should trade out your friends. Maybe you should trade out your circle. Get rid of the crabs and invest in yourself some fucking Belgian horses. Start playing that game. Start showing up that way. And the easiest way to do that is to increase your reach, your access to people. It doesn't have to be the Agoge. It could be any fucking coaching program. Just make sure that it's a good quality program with savage people in it who are actually getting results. If you think it might be the Agoge, there's a description box. Click the link within it. We'll have an interview call. We'll make sure it's a good fit for you, good fit for us. We'll bring you into the ecosystem, assuming that it is. If it's not, we'll point you in the direction of a better ecosystem, or one that serves you better or fits you better. But understand that if you're continuing to play in the same circles, you will continue to see the same results. And it doesn't matter how much of a moment of brilliance you have around fucking loving yourself and putting yourself first and getting your vision, your mission, your core values and everything dialed in. If that ecosystem is constantly dragging you down, you will become the average of the people that you hang around with the most. If they're all drunken, fucking weed smoking, useless fucks who stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning getting white girl wasted, gaming all day, that's who you become as well. That's how you show up, because that's the average of the network. If there are a bunch of savage fucks who are up at 2:33 in the morning, hunting down goals and dreams, making fucking money, like real money, not this, oh, couple $100 a day. I'm talking like fucking, some dudes making 6 figures a fucking day. We've got a guy in our ecosystem about to sell his business for $1 billion. Bro, that's fucking nuts. That's fucking nuts. Like the fact that you can pay your way into that kind of ecosystem and that have that kind of dude at the touch of a fucking button, that wealth of knowledge at a touch of a fucking button, to me blows my brain. It's fucking obscene. Why would you not do that? For the price of a fucking Starbucks coffee every single day, you get access to people like that? God damn, sign me the fuck up. Imagine what that guy can teach you. Imagine how quickly he can time collapse your journey. Help you not make those mistakes that he made. But it's your atmosphere, it's your ecosystem, it's your network. If those are the average of the people around you, that's the kind of place you want to play. That's the realm you want to be in. Where dudes are thinking about million and billion dollar problems, not fucking $10 problems, or not about when they're next going to get fucked up, or where their next high is going to come from, or whether they're about to win their next fucking Fortnite game or not. It's not where you want to play. It's not the realm that you want to be in. Unless you want to be a fucking loser and a nobody, then keep playing that game. But if you're someone who's actually like, dude, I've got this vision of who I'm going to become. I know that I was built for more, I was made for more, and I want to fucking live that life. That's step one. Fucking good for you. But now execute the shit out of that play. Upgrade your network. Upgrade your ecosystem. Do the fucking work. Make some commitments to yourself and show up. And don't fucking miss. Because the problem as well is if you're a married man and you have kids, when you slip, they fall. I fuck up, my wife and kids pay for it. Now, if you're okay with that kind of transaction, then so be it. But the fuck I am. I fuck up and my wife and kids don't have a roof over their head or food on the table. That to me is unacceptable. I cannot live with that outcome. Not as long as God made little green apples can I accept that as a viable solution or a viable outcome to anything. So when you start running that play, and then you decide that, man, this is a fucking wrap for me. We're not playing this game anymore. Like, I'm all in on winning and winning fucking big. Who do I need to surround myself with that wins? That doesn't fucking settle? A dude that's about to sell his business for $1 billion? He's worth surrounding yourself by. He knows what it takes to fucking win. He knows the mindset, the goals, the drive, the work ethic. Have him in your ecosystem. Have that guy in your ecosystem, this guy. Have them hold you accountable. Have them hold you to a standard. And then meet that standard and exceed it on a daily basis. Make them start thinking, shit, maybe what I'm doing is not enough. And start implementing that Belgian horse analogy that I mentioned a bit ago. That's how the fuck you win. That's how the fuck you turn up and you change your life from fucking living in a car for 8 months, eating 4 meals a fucking week, to doing whatever the fuck you want to do, whenever the fuck you want to do it. That's how you change shit. When you stop making excuses for yourself, when you stop hanging around with fucking losers, when you stop giving yourself the potential to not follow through with what the fuck you say you're going to do. That's how you win. Once you get to that point, only you can stop you. It doesn't matter how many dick punches life gives me. It doesn't matter how many fucking throat punches life hits me with, how many problems it throws at me, how many curveballs I have to dodge, how many hurdles I have to jump over and duck under and run the fucking gamut. Doesn't matter. Because I decide my outcome. And once I've decided my outcome and have a bunch of savage fuckers holding me to that standard to make that outcome a reality, it's a wrap. But then what's even more beautiful is you get to a point where you don't even need that shit. It's a nice to have, not a have to have. No one has to be at my bedside to get me the fuck up at 2:30 in the morning anymore. That's just a byproduct of what I fucking do. Because I also know, like I said in the last episode, that the minute the clock strikes midnight, it's a new day. I have a 0 track record. I start again, and I have to win this fucking day too. And then when the clock strikes 0 again, we're back to fucking 0. There is no, oh, let me ride on yesterday's victories, because that's the quickest way to complacency, and complacency kills. I was that guy too. Oh, I strung 4 or 5 wins together. Let's just fucking, like, chill. Let's take our foot off the gas for a minute. Fuck you. It's the quickest way to kill yourself. That's the quickest way to kill your momentum, kill your fucking progress, and literally wreck your self-esteem and your confidence levels. Fuck that. Build a track record of 17,000 wins across every single facet of this game called life. Why not? Who says you can't? Other than the fact that you believe you can't. That's the game we're playing. Get yourself into an ecosystem where they expect nothing less, and watch how quickly things get crazy. Watch how quickly your life changes for the better, not the worse. Change your ecosystem to a bunch of shit cunt human beings, and watch how quickly your ecosystem drags you the fuck down. Next minute you're in a crack den shooting up heroin and fucking ODing. Surround yourself with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 millionaires. Watch how quickly you become the fucking 11th. Watch how quickly everything gets crazy for you. Because why? Because why? You fucking surrounded by elite. You're surrounded by the best of the fucking best. Dudes that know what it takes to be a fucking stone cold savage. So you're becoming the 11th. Naturally, through like fucking osmosis and whatever other bullshit shit you want to believe in, you become like them because you naturally just pick up on what they do. You start talking like them. You start behaving like them. Naturally, you start elevating. And then you elevate them and they elevate you, and you elevate them and they elevate you. Belgian horse, bitch. Run that fucking play. So level up your ecosystem. Level up your network. Level up that atmosphere. Get yourself around some people who do not accept your shit anymore. It starts with you not accepting your shit. But then get yourself around some people who also will be like, fuck you, Byron. You said you were going to the gym. Where the fuck are you? Get your ass here now. And then everything gets beautiful. Time collapses like a motherfucker. And all of a sudden, you're no longer making $5 decisions. You're not solving $10 problems. You're solving $100,000 problems. You're making $100,000 decisions. Shit gets fucking wild real quick. It's not a 10-year play, this. This shit, I promise you now, if you run this fucking play for like a year, it's literally, that's how fucking obscene this shit is to me. I can't believe it, how long I took to figure this fucking shit out. But you run this play for literally a year, and you go from making Mickey Mouse fucking $10 problem solutions to $100,000 problem solutions. You solve bigger problems, you get paid more money, you show up better, you look better, you feel better. Your ecosystem puts you in place where you're talking to higher profile people. Literally, like next week, I'm talking to like a whole bunch of fuckers on a Zoom. I've been invited on these other podcasts. I did BK Live a couple weeks ago now, maybe a month ago, depending on when this fucking episode airs. But like everything just gets crazy, everything gets better. Because you elevate everything about you. You no longer accept your own fucking shit. And as a result, you acquire and bring in and like attract a bunch of people that vibe at the same level. Just a couple weeks ago as well, I ran an event with Will Branham. I think I told you on an episode where we had a bunch of dudes. There was like 8 dudes in a room. The room was worth over $1 billion. 8 people. And the room's over $1 billion. And I got to hang with them for a fucking day. You don't think I learned a bunch of shit? So much so that I'm like mind boggled as to how to even implement some of it. It's fucking overwhelming. Those are the fucking problems I want. Those are the people I want to hang around with. The dude's getting divorced and he's like, man, I'm only worth 200 million now. Like, only worth 200 million. It's like, yeah, my wife's taking 200. He's like, but you know what, bro? After 25 million, it's all monopoly money anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm like, fuck, I don't know about that yet, but I hope to have that problem very soon. Those are the fucking problems I want. So those are the kind of people I hang with. Obviously not because he's getting divorced. I have no intention of getting divorced ever. I fucking love my wife beyond belief. Like, more than I love me, which is fucking crazy. But I do. So I won't learn that skill set from him. But when it comes to fucking acquiring businesses and leveling up businesses and scaling businesses, he has a lot to teach. I have a lot to learn. So level up your ecosystem. Stop playing with the people that you have tenure with. Oh, I have to be friends with them because we've been friends for 20 years. No, you don't. If they're fucking dragging you down, you owe them the gift of goodbye. You owe yourself that gift too. Unless you want to be a fucking loser forever, then keep running that play. But I only associate with people that help me level up, that help me become better every single day. Because I want more from this game called life. I want to be the dude that literally changes the entire trajectory of my fucking family tree. Where it's like, he was the fucking one. Like Ed Milet said, he's the fucking one. Ed is it for his family. I'm going to be it for mine. That comes with a lot of responsibility. It comes with a lot of sacrifice, a lot of pain, a lot of pressure. But fuck, what else would I do? What the fuck else would I do? Be fucking average, tick a box? To me, that sounds worse than death. So level it up. Understand what you want from this game called life. Blueprint it out. Literally, like, build your fucking life that you want. And then find some people that have that life already. Put them on a fucking vision board. And then become friends with those people. Bedros Keuilian, Dan Fleischman, Chris Cavallini, Andy Frisella, Ed Milet, Todd Abrams, to name a few, were all on my vision board. Most of those guys, I now have them in my fucking contacts. That's big dick energy. That's turning up, running the play, and leveling up your ecosystem on a consistent basis. Putting yourself in a position to be worthy of entering a room that those men speak in and work in and occupy space in. Doesn't happen overnight, but it can happen in less than a year. 2019, I decided. I was like, hey man, I'm going to be the best mental and physical version of myself. Bedros was on my vision board in 2019. By November 2019, I was standing in his gym. By December 2019, him and I were business partners. from a guy who had never met him, living in the UK, to literally packing up shop and moving to the USA 10 or 11 months later. That's how quick shit can change when you get all fucking in on this. When you refuse to play small, when you refuse to accept no as an answer, and you build yourself and you hold yourself to a standard, and then you level the fuck up as a result. So level up that ecosystem. Level up yourself. Level up that plan. Visualize it and make it a fucking reality. But stop playing small. You're meant for so much more. Come on, guys. You're meant for so much more. Let's make it a reality. Let's get this shit done. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers for now.